Hello and welcome back to another grand final of RLIS. In today's action, we have the all-star tier. We're going to get right into things here. In the blue, we have the Banshees, and in the orange, we have the Saints. An early shot from Joe. That's going to find the back of the net just 3 seconds in. That's a banger, and that is going to set a precedent for the rest of this series. Important to note here that the Banshees, they're playing with a sub. Kean coming in place of first round pick tier, which is going to be a massive knock. Maybe not just on the pitch, but also in the confidence department. But he's certainly no slouch. He won the shooting star tier this season, but Crossy almost banging in a second goal for his team early on. Cans now puts one back downfield. Here's Joe. A little bit of ping pong as the game starts to settle down. Kean pots back up. Crossy's there now. Crossy going to put a shot on there. The demo from Jo came through, and it's 2 already. And the Saints are solidifying why they are the heavy favourites in this grand final. Crossy, lots of people, including myself, doubted him in the draft at the start of the season, but he has really shown himself to be a very, very special player. Kean going to have possession, going to be able to get a second touch on this one. If he can get it over Crossy, that's a good big opportunity for him here. Gets a touchdown, it goes over Jo. He could have a chance here. Cans, but he's missed the ball. And oh dearie me. I hate it when Cans scores his goals, you see, because Cans, he doesn't mean to do this, does he? He just sort of falls off the roof of the goal and dunks everyone. An absolute disaster in the goal scoring department. But the Banshees back within 1 here, and they're going to need to try and keep up the pace despite not having star player 2 playing today. Let's see. Well, Cans going for it, in fact. Jo hits a good pinch off Cans and almost finds its way into the back of the net, but it won't quite make it there, and Crossy forced to make a last-ditch save against Kitsy King. Kean will put another shot in, but it's cleared easily. Cans now has to get a touch on defense and does. Fast in the corner. But now Kean looks set to get it clear, and he does do so, but it's Crossy could try and look for a passing opportunity. Finds Fast on the right-hand side, the 3rd round pick, who was a particularly good 3rd round pick. He's a high ranked, and he's fairly experienced in RLIS. An opportunity for Jo here, and that's a great save by Cans, getting right in front of the shot from Fast. Crossy going to put one off the backboard. No one's going to be there to meet it for the Banshees, and Jo can't get the ball, but does get the man. The Banshees still under a lot of pressure here as Fast puts one back in. Kean. And that's bouncing into the box. Gets it clears, but it's only as far as his teammate Kean, in fact. Possible opportunity there for the Saints if they'd have absolutely blasted away into that one, but who knows. Fast gets the shot there, and that is fantastic stuff. Absolutely blast one past the goalkeeper. And the bump from Jo in goal took Gitsy out for the time being, slowed him down, didn't let him get up to that error as quick as he would have wanted to. And it looks as if they are back, well, they're back with reinstating that 2-goal lead. Jo can try and get a second touch here, but he's beaten out by lovely Cans. Falling downfield here as Crossy gets a late touch on that one. It's a little bit awkward here in the corner. Kean bouncing away. Jo across to Gitsy. Kean gonna be there now, gonna try and get a couple more touches on this, but it seems to have just fallen to Crossy in the end. Passes away. Jo into the middle. Fast is he gonna get there first? Yes, he is. He's gonna win that 50 convincingly against Gitsy. Kean here with possession, plays one into the midfield to Cans. That's a lovely opportunity, but Cans has skied it over the bar. Shooting come back to bite him, but it's finished by Gitsy, and they're going to get away with that one. The shot from Cans was poor. The pass originally from Kean was sublime. Crossy, a dubious save attempt there, and just couldn't get back in time. That's unfortunate from him. And the Banshees back within 1 again. It isn't over yet. Kean going to hit one off the backboard, and he's going to find the corner of the net, and that is why he won Shooting Star, and that is why the Banshees still have a chance despite not having to. A lovely clean banger into the top right hand corner, and he finds that 94 kilometers an hour. And that is a beautiful goal to tie us up for the first time since 0-0. Bouncing high fast, going to get demoed for his troubles, but Jo, he's going to beat out Kansas the ball. That's happened a couple of times to Kansas. He's going to need to try and speed up. Gitsy now, going to miss on that one fast though, with possession in the corner, but Kean going to steal it off him, and this man is showing up to the highest level at the moment. Gitsy bounce away as Grossi gets a demo onto Kean. Cleared further by Kans, who may be able to get a follow-up touch, but Jo cut out the play. Bouncing into the midfield. Here's Kans, puts one off the backboard. No one there to meet it for the Saints, and Kans going to have another touch here, but it's cleared away. Jo bounce a little bit further. Gitsy now looking for a second touch with the backboard, but can't read it. It's Kean. Try and get another touch off the corner with a read, but can't make it happen. Fast downfield. Crossy there, but can't connect with the ball as the Saints now pushing for the lead here as Kean just puts one over the bar, and Kans follows it up just over the bar again, and they just can't seem to find the back of the net as things stand. Kans not able to get possession back in the corner as Crossy and Jo clear together. Fast. Ball bouncing forward as it's a little bit awkward for them here. Crossy gets the bump onto the man as Jo has plenty of space to be able to clear. Kans, Gitsy. And Crossy again as Kean going to win that 50-50, and we are all tied up. About 40 seconds left on the clock this game. Kean puts one high in the air as Fast is there. Falls into the middle fast, try and look for another touch, but Kans gets back just in time. The Banshees, or the Saints almost won it for a second there as Gitsy, AFK in the corner, he seems to have lost connection. Oh dearie, dearie me. He's always expected to be lovely Kans who disconnects from lag. Well, no, he's just left the party. I don't know what quite happened there, but I think all 6 players are back on the field as Kans still looking to try win this game in regular time. Pass put onto the backboard by Gitsy as it falls into the middle, and that's cleared away. Crossy demoed, and that's Gitsy with the second demo. We know he loves them, but we're going to go to overtime in game 1. Gitsy going to win that kickoff well. Falls to Crossy just outside the box, but Jo gets an accidental touch here as it falls down to Kean. Back forward by Fast. Kans gonna get a hold of that one. Crossy pops one forward, but it's easily saved and cleared long by Gitsy. Jo gets a second touch on that. That's lovely. Second round pick. He's been a fantastic person for his round. It's Kans. This one into the middle. Jo up. Kean has to make the save and does. Ball bouncing out here to Fast. As it bounces into the middle, Kans is there, and they're just stabilising here as we go, as we approach 1 minute into this overtime. Kean high up in the air, but Crossy gets there first. Gitsy tries to pop one down into the middle. It's a good pass. Kans should be there to follow it up, but he hasn't. He's rotated all the way back. An opportunity down the other end for Jo here. Puts one just over the bar as Kans forced to clear. Fast into the corner, bouncing down. Could look for a second touch. Can't quite reach it as Kean manages to get the clear. Now he's known for his ones as well, and can he put one on target? He can't. Got the flick because Jo almost gets caught out by it, and that's just pinched right back down the other end. And the back and forth game continues here as Kean gets a flick up high, but Fast beats 2 of his teammates to the ball as Kans forced to clear. Crossy gonna be there, back forward. Ping pong style coming out. 90 seconds now into overtime. Kans back forward. Gitsy gonna try and reach it, but Crossy gets there first. Kans back forward. Fast dispossessed in that corner there, and Gitsy finishes it off, and that is going to be game 1 for the Banshees. That is a fantastic result. They are absolutely going to take that one. Unexpected, I'd say. But Crossy, after respawning, just could not get back in time, and he manages to get there, and that's a shock result. And I have intel that I now have a co-caster joining just after the first game. Big Wazzito, how are we?
Hello, Rez. How are you doing, man? So I was watching. It's really interesting first game actually. I really think the first minute or two, the Saints just completely outclassed the Banshees. But as the Banshees got into it, really saw their sub Keane, probably arguably the best player on the pitch, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I tend to agree. He really showed up big in that first game. And they get that win, and that could be critical with the twos coming up next.
Yeah, it's going to be really weird to see how they send out because I'd argue that Cans and Keane would probably be the best twos team. I know they do play twos in a different league together with another, so maybe that would have given them a little bit of favoritism towards Gitsy and Cans going together. But we'll see what they throw out. And it is Cans and Keane. It's going to be an interesting one. A sub in the twos, probably the first time in RLIS history here today, Rez.
Yeah, absolutely. Crossy and Jo in this one is going to be an exciting affair. The first and second round pick for the Saints against the second round Cans and the sub Kian. I certainly would not write them off in this one, but Jo moves the ball forward. Going to put one behind Kian almost, but it's a great save by him. Cans now. He was alone, but he does well to get a touch on that with a slightly dubious looking car. Crossy. Big bang forward. This one's going to come off the backboard. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be Kian, who bangs one back down the other end. And it may just go in, and Kian finishes it off. And that is what you can't allow to happen if you are the Saints.
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate one for the Saints there. They just got caught sleeping. They were all pushing up a little bit too far. Crossy didn't quite get that touch that was helping Joe, and unfortunately for him, Keane was there. Bangs one up the pitch, and it's going to roll right into the net. 1-0 to the Banshees.
Kian looking to double up off the kickoff, gets the hit, but Crossy makes the save. Crossy still moving forward, but he's been dispossessed. Joe forced to make the save on the goal line. It's Kian going to press once more, gets a little touch on it, falls into the corner. That's Crossy. Gets another touch further forward as Cans can't get it off him. Crossy's still going here, driving forward. Jo helps him out as the shot could be on, but Kian does very well to get it cleared. It seems that after that first goal, Waz, game starting to settle down a little bit here.
Yeah, it's a much closer environment. Both teams just kind of passing the ball back and forth. Not really many chances coming on. Kansas managed to dispossess Crossy. It's been the story of this game so far, Reg. You know, just that easy first touch into a dispossession, and overall the two teams just really struggling. Jo, as he sneaks one in, just them talking about him struggling, he's managed to sneak one in, Rez.
Jo, he's done really well there, Kian. A slight mistake, and then slightly fortunate, but he was in the right place at the right time for that double tap off the backboard, or off the sidewall, should I say, and we were all tied up. The 80 seconds into this one. Still definitely up in the air. The Saints arguably should be winning this one, really, but with the way Kian's been performing, and Cans seems to be less suspect than usual, they're definitely in for a good performance. Crossy driving forward, it gets the flick. Cans makes a save, though. Bounces high. Jo puts one into the middle, but there's no one there to follow it up. It's just Cans on the opposing team. Crossy trying to get the ball back forward, but Kian wins it back. Jo completely out of position, caught out, and that is a poor bit of positioning from Jo, and they have conceded because of it.
Yeah, it happened the same last week, Rez, or not last week, but the winners final. We saw the Saints do the exact same thing, getting caught out a lot of the twos, just being that second man just being too far up. And ultimately, I think Keane and Cans will be able to punish them every time they do it, and it's going to be a really, really hard game for the Saints if they not manage to take out these Kings that they have in their defense so far.
Yeah, it's lovely by him. Kian trying to reclaim or trying to regain possession in midfield, but loses out to Jo as Cans can't get possession of the ball here as Kian has to come flying out of the net to make the save. Cans here gets to 50. Kian, it gets bumped there, and Cans, he's not able to get back in time. We're tied up yet again. That was a fantastic little worked goal. A bump coming through from Jo as well. And that bump, beautiful stuff. Almost gets a touch to save it, but it's going to find its way into the back of the net. And the Saints not giving up on this one at all.
Yeah, it's a very interesting goal. You know, Jo just being a smart player there. He knew he wouldn't beat him to the ball. Just decided, you know, take the little free bump. Maybe not exactly going for the goal, but he did want that pressure, and eventually, luckily enough for him, Cans wasn't able to get back and able to squeeze in that first goal, or just equalize, should I say. Flip reset.
Flip reset almost coming through for Kian. Obviously, RLIS, different format, includes 3s, 2s, and 1s. Next up, it's going to be a 1s game, which will certainly be interesting. I don't know who would play for that, but now in the moment we're in 2s, and Kian, he's put in his 3rd goal of the game. He's got a hat-trick just over halfway through.
This is just absurd, Rez. You know, a sub coming up from the tier below And just being a dominant player in the team above, it's really unheard of in RLIS, and he's really showing up to what he's known for around the community as being a good twos and possibly a good threes player also.
Absolutely right, Crossy trying to get his team back into this one. Cans dribbling past as they're dispossessed in the midfield. Kian trying to hold onto it as a slight double commit coming through there. Cans jumping for that one as well, but they'll get away with it. Cans needs to try and rotate back into this one. Kian almost cutting him off, but they are going to survive that. Crossy now having to retreat a little, but gets a lovely 50 on his way back, and they're going to try and get a 50 in the midfield, and they've done exactly that, pinging off to the side. Giving lots of time for Cans to get a big bang towards Kian as he's going to put one over to the backboard. He's not going to be able to get that read, but could Cans be there to follow without the bump comes through as well. And the Banshees chemistry coming through with Cans and the sub.
Yeah, this is a great goal here. You just see the bang off Keane and he trusts Cans enough, goes for the bump, takes out the keeper, and Cans just puts it home. I'm sure Cans, as the manager for the org, will be definitely up for this game. I'm sure he'll be trying his best to make sure he takes it home.
1 minute 20 left on the clock here as Crossy going to try and work his way forward. They need 2 goals just to get it to overtime. As Kian, he's going to get another one past Joe, but Crossy clears. As Joe going to look for a bump onto Cans. Joe drops it down, but his teammate's been demoed. And there's no chance there. Kian gets up, 0 boost now to work with. Going to be easy enough for Joe, but they don't need these saves. They need offense at the moment. Joe falling forward, the flick over the first, but Kian there to make the save. Cans picking up the piece as well there. 47 seconds left. They need something here, but they've just been dispossessed as Joe has to track back. Ball back forward, only as far as Cans, who gets a lovely little backflip on it to kill some time. Keying up, plays it back forward. Crossy just clanger after clanger down each end here, Waz, and going into the final 26 seconds. I think it's doubtful as to whether the Saints can do this.
Yeah, Rez, I'm really seeing just a lack of communication coming out from the Saints. A lot of just 1v2 players rather than a team play. As Geo does manage to pop it over. And Crossy's missed, Rez. And it's a disaster for Crossy. What is going through their head at this stage?
Crossy has binned it in game, just like he bins it in F1 as Cans. Imagine the scenes if he scored that double tap. We can already see him in the quick chat. But it is going to be the Banshees of all teams to find themselves 2 up in this. And this could absolutely be huge in regards to this series. One's up next, Waz, and they may well just put Kian in for this.
Yeah, Reza, honestly would not surprise me if we seen a Crossy versus Keane matchup here coming out in the ones. I think that would be the 2 ideal candidates. But you know, with tactics a lot come into these games, maybe one team might throw out their weaker second ones player and leave in for the guaranteed win sort of thing in the second game. But we'll just have to see. And yeah, there we go, Crossy versus Keane. The top of shooting star versus the top of all stars. This could be an interesting one.
Kian going up against Crossy. Crossy, he wasn't a shooting star season last shooting star tier last season. There we go, and he made his way up all the way to becoming a first round and all-star. And in part, that was because of his sublime one's performances there. But this would be absolutely huge if Kian could win this one. It would put his team on match 1 series point after just 3 games. It's Crossy wants to make a save early on. Kian, no, still around. He's going to be able to put this one into the bottom corner, and Kian opens up the ones game.
Yeah, I think Rez, honestly, I've played Crossy a lot in ones. He can be a very good ones player. But the only thing he has against him is he tilts quite easily. So I think if Keane can really get them first couple of goals in the next minute or 2, maybe a couple of demo goals of some sort, I think he'll really be having a good game here against Crossy. I think Crossy needs to just screw his head back on after an unfortunate 2 series before this.
Crossy dribbling dangerously across his own net there. It's Kian. Going to turn aggressively in the midfield. There's Crossy trying to move forward, trying to get his ones game into gear as the flick isn't going to come off. Kian going to back off for boost, but Crossy does the same. Possession Kian, and he's going to go for a fake air dribble there and pops it over Crossy with the flick, and that is beautiful from Kian and gets himself that vital 2-goal lead.
Yeah, that was a great goal by Keaton Rez. You just see him, he just waited when he saw Crossy back off. It's just lovely. Have to take that all day, just tap it into the far corner. That's going to be a 2-0 lead, 1 minute gone.
Crossy, he's going to need to step up his ones game if he wants to be in with a chance in this one. It's Kean. Can't get much on that one. Crossy still around, still trying to scrap his way to a goal, but the clear is long enough. And he's going to try and go further forward here, got a little bit of boost to work with, but the flick doesn't come through. He's going to look for a demo, but can't find it as Kean survives once more. Gonna try and get another flick on the bounce, but can't find the back of the net. Crossy holding on with just this 2-goal deficit, but he's gonna need to be a bit more creative on offense, I'd say, Waz, if he wants a chance to try and get right back into this.
Yeah, it's a lot of just straight direct plays as Keenan does score another breezy flick. Didn't quite get the breezy, but it was a half and half type flick, but I'm sure he'll be happy enough with that one. Crossy again just getting caught going out a little bit too far, going out for a little bit too much boost than he needs, and that's what's going to happen.
Kean 3-0 up, and they could be 3-0 up in games as well after this one. As Kean pops one over, but Crossy gets a touch to that one. Crossy gets the subtle flick, but Kean, easy save. Crossy stuck in midfield. Can't do anything about that one. Almost half the game gone, and there's very little been created by Crossy. That's really threatened Kean. As Kean gonna have possession in his own corner. 90 boost, plenty to try and get another pass to Crossy. Crossy gets a little touch, but it's bouncing all the way towards his own net. As he gets the flick over Kean, but Kean just rotating so much quick, gets a pre-flip as well, and it does make me wonder how this man ever ended up in shooting star to begin with. As he's arguably stealing the show in All-Star here. Kean tries to fake out Crossy, but they're going to get away with it. Crossy making his way forward, got some boost to try and get a flick, and he is going to put the flick towards the corner, but it can't be saved. Or it can be saved, should I say, as Kean moving forward yet again. 20 boost to work with, and Waz, he has found a top corner, and this guy is on another level.
Yeah, Crossy is really going to have to do something here. 2 minutes left on the clock. 4 goes down the course. You're never going to say it's not a chance, but Keane is really just dominating this one. Crossy has no answer on the offense or the defense at this current stage, Rez.
Yeah, Crossy no answer in any region of the field. Crossy gonna need an absolutely monumental second half to this game. He wants to get back into this. Kean driving forward, and Crossy, he loses out on the 50-50, and he's gonna concede 5. And that is trouble indeed for the Saints.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Crossy. Like I was saying, I think he's really just tilted at this stage, Rez. He's just diving. And unfortunately for him, he's just not coming out on top of them 50s. Keaton's just playing it really smart, just staying close to that ball. And overall, Crossy just has no answer to what to do here.
Crossy, no boost off the kickoff. He's still going to try and push. He has to. As Kean going to look possibly to go off the ball here. He does off the ceiling even. Gets the first touch. Gets it past Crossy, and the musty flick hits the bar. But he knows that it doesn't matter all that much because he still has that ginormous 5-goal lead. Crossy pops one slightly higher, but can't get it past him. As with that shot going awry, and with us getting into the final minute here, whereas I would say this game is all but gone.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, unfortunately, for Crossy, but yeah, Crossy, I think at this stage is just finished. He just doesn't want to play anymore. It's unfortunate for Crossy because he is a decent ones player. I think their playstyle just really clashed, and Crossy came out on the other side of it. But I think Crossy will have to hold his head up. Of course, series not over yet. This will put them onto match point. But I'm assuming, Rez, that they head into threes next, if I'm not mistaken.
No, next we're going into the choice.
The choice, sorry, yeah, we're not even
yes.
past the ones. The choice.
So the Saints, the team behind, get the choice between 2s and 1s, and I'll be brutally honest. I don't really see them having a chance in either, obviously. Maybe Wands could be a shout. I'm not sure what JO's Wands is like, but I know that Cans is notoriously log at Wands, as they say. And then Gitsy isn't too bad, but with him being a third round pick, he may just not quite have the level that they need. But it's gonna be trouble, big trouble, if the Saints want even a hope of getting back into this one.
Yeah, I think honestly, Raz, I think the ones would be statistically the better option here. I think Fassi is a decent ones player, and I think against Cans or Gitsy, Fassi would be my favorite going into them games. I think honestly in the twos, in any game Cans or Keen plays, they're going to dominate because I really don't think Fassi is that sublime in twos. But we'll have to see what they decide. I think equally, like you were saying, both modes really don't work well for the Saints here, Raz. I think it's going to be a miracle if they somehow come out on top of this choice game.
Yeah, could see a sweep coming through here unless either Gitsy or Cans can really pull something off. As we're gonna look to get into this one as soon as the last member of the Saints, JO, readies up, and I'd probably say that the Saints probably would go for him in the ones. I think he would probably be their best hope. Don't know what Fast is like at ones. And if this lobby self-destructs itself, then I'm going to be absolutely fuming at JO, but it won't. As we're getting into game number 4, it's real crunch time. Got our overlay updated soon. At streamer update the overlay. There we go. And we're going to be able to see if the Banshees can take it. It is going to be the ones, and it's going to be Gitsy against Fass. In fact, 2 third-round picks facing off to potentially finish off the series here. See, as a teammate of Gitsy King in season 1 of RLIS, all the way back in, I think it was November. He certainly was no slouch at ones. I think he did win a game or 2, so there's certainly potential here as he's going to try and get one on top of his car. Almost fakes out Fast right away. That's Fast. 16 boost. Going to try and find his way out of defense. Gitsy with the bumps he's known for, and he's going to get the opening goal, Waz. And it's that physical play from Gitsy that we do really love to see.
Yeah, I think Gitsy, he's just a really, really different player than people are used to playing. I remember playing him last season myself, and he is just really infuriating to play against. He just goes for so many bumps and demos, things that don't make sense, and you know what? That's how he gets the goals, and I think that's how he's going to give Fassi a good game here today if Fassi's not careful.
Yeah, Fast could be in trouble already, but it does seem as if he is going to right the ship at some point here, perhaps. Fast. Midfield, got a bit of boost to work with, but the flick is missed, and he almost gets the rebound on it. Gitsy, and he's going to get the doink on that. That's a lovely goal, as a Gitsy 2 up.
Yeah, it's an excellent start for Gitsy. I'm not sure what Fassi's doing. I really think the 3-0 lead that Banshees have coming into this are really going to play a big factor. It looks like Fassi is just kind of going through the motions at this stage, doesn't really know what he's doing, not really thinking too much. But I really think Fassi is on paper the better player, but he will have to think what he's doing next year as he does manage to sneak in a tip-off goal just off Gitsy, very fortunately.
Kick-off goals are so important in ones, but they can be so tilting. This Gitsy, a man known to tilt himself, he's going to lose his 2-goal buffer, but he does still have the lead, at least for now. There's still plenty of time. Fast, just off the kickoff, going to get that 50-50, and he may try and convert this quickly. And Fast gets it past him, and that is a lovely play by him to level it up, and he's done really well to get that past him. And Gitsy, you never know, he could be tilted already, and he is one to tilt, I know that much, but if he can keep calm, they have this enormous buffer, and I do feel if they can't close it out now, they may well close it out in the next. Gitsy could retreat to his own net here, but he's going to turn aggressively as Fast tries to challenge repeatedly as an opportunity arises, and Gitsy just forces it through him.
again, we just see Fassi just getting caught out, whereas he went up too high and Gitsy got a really good flick. And again, just straight through him. Again, Fassi just making a silly turn. And then Fassi even giving the wow, just adding to the fact that we all think he might be a little bit tilted going into this game. And I think it's going to show in this game. I think Gitsy might be my favourite at this stage, Rez, to take this win.
Yeah, Gitsy had a phenomenal start, and you never know what Gitsy King can pull out of the hat. Fast, neglect that mid boost, but Gitsy still advancing forward. Gets the flick off, but it's not quite enough. He's going to turn again, aggressive from Gitsy. We like to see this, and he gets another bump. Physical play. He's not going to yield anything on this occasion. It's fast. Low boost, gets the flick, but it's low and weak and not enough to get the goal. As Gitsy, he's snatched it off him, and that is going to be 4-2 if Gitsy can find the corner. And yes, he can. And he's reclaimed that 2-goal buffer, Waz.
Yeah, just Gitsy again. You just see him as he's just quick to that challenge. He's beating Fassi's them little tiny balls that make all the difference in ones. And I think Gitsy here is just playing, he's just peaking right now at this stage, whereas he is playing out of his mind and trying to take this 4-0 sweep for the Banshees.
They do say that you're best at Rocket League when you're slightly tipsy and have no sleep, and Gitsy showing that now with the kick-off goal of his own. Mistake from Fass. That's now a 3-goal lead, and Fass and the Saints could be in massive trouble of getting swept by a team that has a sub.
Yeah, this is not going to be a really enjoyable place for the Saints at this stage, whereas I think Gitsy is just honestly just playing better than Fassi in every aspect of the game. He's winning every 50, he's dribbling better, and there we go, that's 6. I think at this stage this game is more than over, whereas I know 4 goals in 2-4 is quite doable, but I really think Fassi's head is just gone at this stage. I don't think he's going to be able to pull it together.
The mentality of the Saints may well be in the gutter, you may be right. And he's just struggling to get anything meaningful going at the moment. Is Fass. Gitsy already with 7 shots as opposed to Gitsy's, or Fass with 4 shots as opposed to Gitsy's 7, and he's looking absolutely in his element here as he dunks out Fass and could be looking to get number 7. We're about halfway through the game here, and Gitsy is showing why he has the lead. I say that, but he's unable to convert. Fass trying to push forward. Gitsy can't get back in time for this one. Back within 3. There does seem to be a little bit of fight left in Fassy here.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. We just caught a glimpse of the usual Gitsy we're used to seeing in All-Star. And Fassi turns around and puts it into a goal. It's an important goal for Fassi. Maybe he'll be able to shake his head now after saving a very fortunate save for Fassi and then turn that one into a quick counter goal. But Gitsy again just showing dominance on that corner kickoff. Is going to go straight ahead with the pressure and the boost.
Fass challenging early. He knows that he needs to be the aggressive one here. He's 3 goals worse off as things stand. Just under 2 minutes left, and he's going to win that 50. Gitsy, very rash challenge from him, and he's going to concede right off it. And Fass is within earshot of this game again.
It's interesting from Fassi. I really don't know what he's thinking here because every time he scores, he just seems to just let the guard down, just let Gitsy come straight back up and score a cheap goal. But I think if he can sort himself out after he gets that close to a consolation goal, I think he'll really be able to turn this one around and get up there with the 6-all.
You're absolutely right. It's Gitsy. He's going to make a miss on that one, and it seems that he is getting a little bit rattled here by this comeback from Fass. As now the gap, just 1 goal, and this could be huge for the mentality of Fass and the Saints. Even if they're going to struggle to win another game in this series, for dignity's sake, you do not want to get swept in the grand final.
Yeah, it's going to be really important for them. I think just 1 game alone. And actually, Rez, I think if they can manage to take this one, the Trees game is very much going to be a very tough game for the Banshees. Because winning this 1 game is very important for anyone. If you can somehow manage to stop this 4-0 sweep and manage to get 3-1, that reverse sweep is going to be in the back of your head. And Fassi might have managed to sneak this equaliser in, Rez. And this is going to be a rough game for Gitsy for the next minute.
Absolutely right. Fass seems to have remembered what on earth he's doing here, and seems to have figured out his one's game very well. Tied up at 6, all 80 seconds to find out who is going to take the W in this one. Gitsy winning the kickoff here. If he could get the next goal to reclaim the lead, that would be big for his confidence. It's not on target. Fast, not enough boost to challenge for that one. Gitsy may have wanted to try to take that one himself, but wasn't able to. Shot from Fast is an easy enough save. Gitsy gonna pop that one over him. A massive opportunity here. Fast is all the way back on Gitsy's backboard. He must score this, and he hasn't.
Oh, Rez,
Honestly,
that is a disaster, Rez.
A
Oh,
disaster. He can't score the openest of nets, but he can get a lovely little dunk to put it past him, and that is certainly going to right what may have been a tilted ship had Gitsy not managed to convert that one, as it was a fantastic finish in the end by Gitsy. First unable to keep it out, and now he has that 1-goal lead. But not anymore. Fast
yeah.
already getting one right off the kickoff, and that is ones for you. As Fast ties us up yet again, and Gitsy, I can imagine him being a bit tilted now.
There's potential, Rez. There's potential. I think if you manage to take this win, and then they can somehow manage to pull through in the trees, it's going to be a very, very interesting game 7. We'll just have to see Fasty dribbling it up. Does he get the flick again? 8-7. Rez Gitsy is going to be head in the gutter at this stage after throwing that lead that he had at the beginning.
For the first time this game, Fasty has taken the lead, and with just 38 seconds left, what can Gitsy put together to get himself back in this one? This is going to be crucial for him. And Fast wins the kickoff again. He absolutely seems to be in control of these kickoffs. Popped over, bar by Gitsy. Fast 16 boost, but a shot from Gitsy, not enough height for that one. And Gitsy, he's going to get the turn on that. Fast in a bit of trouble here. Gitsy gets a flick over him, and we are going to be tied up. 19 seconds to go.
Yeah, Rez, this is going to be a really, really interesting run into the last seconds of this game. 8-all. It's terrible defending from both players so far in this series, and it's going to be really whoever can just shore up that defense for the last 20 seconds. I think it's going to take this lead. We'll see what the kickoff concurs.
Fast has been dominant on the kickoffs, and he's dominant yet again, but he may not be able to get a follow-up touch before Gitsy. He's going to go for it though, and that's going to find the roof of the net. And Fast's kickoffs have absolutely saved him in this game, Waz.
Yeah, they really, really have it. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure 5 of his 9 goals were kickoff goals. And Gitsy is going to be really struggling with these last 13 seconds. We're going to have to see a dominant kickoff from Gitsy if he wants to try and equalise this game. And he doesn't get it.
Fast has won the kickoff convincingly again and gets the boost. Gitsy may not be able to come back from this on this point, as the ball is going to hit the floor, and the Saints, they've got what could be a consolation game, or it could be a step on that long road to recovery.
You know, Rez, I'd hate to say it, but I don't know if they're going to be able to turn this one around. The trees for the Banshees in particular was, I'd probably say, their second best mode. Obviously, the twos were really, really good with Cans and Keen. But I think at this stage, they'll be looking forward to the trees, because I don't think their second duo, I'm assuming will be Cans and Gitsy, will be nearly as good as Cans and Keen together. I think the trees will be their one mode that they're trying to get this 4th win.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're going to be going into this 5th game, I can count. And we're back to the drawing board, back to 3v3. Level playing field here. They're just going to need to get that mental reset in and hope that they can keep up the form that Fast showed in that one's game. Gitsy pushing the ball forward off the kickoff, going to look to try and pinch it in, but can't do so. Cans popped forward as Joe going to hit one over to the side, but Keen has a shot, and that's almost top corner. Came incredibly close with that one. Gitsy drops it down, but he can't get a second touch on that. Keen to the floor. Fast now drops into the middle. Jo gonna bounce one back across. Fast could be there, but slight miscommunication between himself and Crossy is gonna result in no one actually taking the shot, as Gitsy able to get that clear. Jo boomed forward. Cans back down. Gitsy now ball forward long. Is just gonna get dropped down by Crossy, who's there to follow it up. It's gonna be Kean. Waz, no goals in the opening minute, it seems, and It seems as if the slightly dodgy defense that we saw in game 1 from the Saints has sort of been amended.
Yeah, I think that one's win for Fast is going to mean a lot for the Saints. I think the Saints, of course, they would have been 4-0 down, but I think that one's game was more than just the point that would keep them going. I think Fasty really got the screws to turn, the gears to start turning in the Saints' heads. I think the Saints are going to be really, really up for this Trees game. They know they're a solid Trees team with both Crossy, actually all three of the players playing at around the 17, 1800 level for the Saints here today.
Gissy, he's going to miss that one, but bailed out by his teammate. There's Joe trying to move forward, gets a big pinch in the middle, only as far as Crossy. He's going to put a shot on target, but it's just wide. And then the follow-up from Fast is equally wide, and he's unable to convert the goal, and we remain goalless here, Waz, as we go into the final 3 minutes of what could be the final 3 minutes of the entire series.
Yeah, it's one of them games that's striking me that's just going to be a silly mistake from one of the teams that's going to cost them, yeah. Can's coming in with a shot of Fasty there to meet him close, but Keane again, and that's going to be Keane sticks at home for 1-0 res in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Keane absolutely showing why he is just as capable as anyone. And that bounces down, and it was just a beautiful shot against the roof of the net, falls down. And it seems as if the Banshees are following up on their incredible form from game 1. Popped over by Gitsy. Here's Fast. Gets the initial flick. Keane could try and get this one in the middle. He's going to have a shot of his own, and that is top bins if I've ever seen it. What a shot by the sub.
Yeah, it's a great shot, Rez, but I think it was as good of a shot it was. I really think Jo or Crossy, I think Jo should have been doing better here. I think he should have been on the back wall of some sort, or at least staying that a little bit further back at the back post so he can actually get a good run at that save. I think they'll be disappointed with the start of this game after playing decently well in the first 2.5 minutes. They're going to be 2-0 down.
Oh, and he has got himself a hat-trick, and this man is on a one-way trip to getting the MVP, and he is on fire.
Yeah, Rez, this is just embarrassing the Saints at this point. Everything he does is just ending up in the net, and I think the Saints they just have no answer. They're not able to get out to him fast enough, and they're just letting him dribble, and eventually he's just dunking them into the net.
I think the Saints may well have been rattled as Fast puts onto the backboard. We had two, in fact, Waz, just 40 seconds ago, it was 0-0. And in that time, Keane has just gone out and scored 3 goals. This man's on another level, but Fast, he's going to claw one back, and he's done well to do that. And the pass in from Joe, or this knocking it off the sidewall, taking Cans out of the play. And they're back within 2, it is possible, but it is going to be a monumental challenge.
Yeah, I think the Saints just showing again what happened to them all through all the series here today. As once they concede that first goal, the heads drop and the play stops being at top tier. And I think the Saints will really just have to have a talk with them, make sure their comms are being crisp, and make sure they're able to turn this one around.
Keane almost adding to his impressive tally of goals there with a dunk, but can't quite force it past the last defender. A pinch possibly coming through between Gitsy and Cans. It's Fast, alone on defense, needs to get a flick out and just delays it for the time being as Gitsy is going to put that past his teammate Cans. Slight mistake there. But infield, Jo with the shot down range, but it's saved by Keane. Fast puts one in, but saved by a combination of Cans and Keane. Keane already on 548 points this game. What a performance from him as Keane gets dunked out by Fast here. The Saints, they're going to need something sooner rather than later if they want a chance in this game. Cans gets a double tap off the ball, and that is going to take Fast right back out of the play. And with each and passing touch, they are going to struggle to get back into it. Crossy rotating around to the back post, but they are stuck in the midfield. They can't push forward. Cans can't get a second touch on that as Crossy moves back downfield desperately, but Gitsy is just taking the game into his own hands, and he's getting demo after demo, bump after bump, and he is taking them out of the play. Cans, he's going to have to make a miss on that one, a possible opportunity opening up, but final 40 seconds. This may be curtains for the Saints in game 5, Waz.
Yeah, you know, Rez, I think we're really sleeping on the form that Gitsy's in right now. I think Gitsy is being a really, really important part of this Banshees team. He's really disrupting any sort of attack ruin for the Saints, and I think it's really helping Cans and Keane he's doing that initial challenge like we just done there, and it's just dropping straight down to one of his teammates every time. And the Saints just have no answer for the quick pressure that Gitsy's given.
12 seconds to go, and it is going to be the Saints falling to the Banshees in the grand final, and the Banshees, they're going to put in a fourth for good measure, and that is going to be game, set, and match. The Banshees are going to take the All-Star division with a sub.
It's a very, very important sub, I think, Rez. I think Keane, a very different player to Tio, and I think he may have actually fit this team better than Tio normally does. And I think that's really interesting. The Banshees winning on a sub. I'm not sure, I might be mistaken, but I think this may be the first sub to win going up a tier.
I can't fact check you on that, but I would certainly not say it's unlikely, as the Banshees, they're going to win it 4-2-1 in games, and we are going to see if we can get one of the boys in for an interview, possibly all three, in fact, as manager Lovely Cans winning in his own tier. A phenomenal performance by him.
Yeah, I'm sure Cans, we all know what Cans is like, a very energetic person. I'm sure he'll be over the moon, taking a 4-1 win, a very, very dominant 4-1 win here today, Rez.
And we have manager of the Banshees and Victor in
Yeah,
the
drag
All-Star
them in,
tier. I don't know how to drag people in. Where's
I'll
you
get
do
them all in,
it?
boys.
Cans, I just want to address my first question to you. When you heard that you had to play this with a sub,
Hey.
obviously Kian coming in to replace T, what was sort of your reaction to that initially, and did you think that you would be able to sort of come away as dominant victors in this game?
I might be lagging. Am I lagging? Am I lagging? I can.
You too.
Okay. Okay. Yes and no. I knew Keane was, high enough in twos and threes and I played with him in a twos league and in some threes games. I knew he was just as good as Tio, but like he mightn't has hit 1800 or whatever like Tio. But I seen what Keane can do and his mechanics and all that, and that's why I picked him up. Like, so I wasn't that bummed about not using Tio because I knew Keane could fill the role. Like, he might be this defensive rock, well, he is, but like he has that flair, as you've seen, that basically won us the game. Like, so yeah, I was happy to pick him up, and everyone slept on him. He was my ace up my sleeve.
Kian, quick question for you. You
Go on.
are, I believe, the first person in RLIS history to become a two-time in one season. How
Really?
have you
Oh,
managed
shit.
to get to that height in sort of the space of one season?
Luck. It was all luck, pretty much. Just the normal season, all shooting star. SPF carried me throughout it, and I don't know, in this All Star game, I can just called me up. I was like, all right, and I just got lucky. That's all.
That's a lot
Fair
of
enough.
pigeon, like, wait,
Nah, I
look,
got lucky.
wait. Fuck off. Oh, sorry.
I got lucky.
Right,
Fired
move on.
rookie.
Find.
All right, Gitsy, my last question for you. You were incredibly close to completing the 4-0 sweep, and then
Don't get me started.
you can see the couple of kickoff goals late on to Fast. How did that affect your mentality going into the fifth game after you just lost so tightly?
Going into the next game, we just fresh start. I knew straight away we had to win anyway, but it all went downhill in that one game. As soon as I missed that open there and conceded, that was that. Fassi just does what he does best, kick off goals. Nah, Fassi's a good player though, he's really good at one, so I wasn't even expecting to do that well against him. And,
Fair enough. Yeah, well, congratulations to the three of you. Commiserations to the Saints of Crossy, Joe, and Fass. Thank you also to Waz for joining me, not just streaming, but casting for most of the series too. Thank you, everyone, to you at home. Thank you, everyone, very much for watching, and good night.
Your log!
Good night, good night. Have a good one.